Right from the beginning of financial year 2023, Indian steel mills and auto OEMs have been involved in long-term discussions to close the auto contracts. Initially, the discussions were held to close the contracts on a half-yearly basis. However, the volatility in the market led both the parties to close the contracts on a quarterly basis. It may be recalled that after multiple rounds of discussion, towards the third week of July, Indian mills were able to close the longs contract with the auto OEMs for Q1 and Q2 FY’23. Q1 contracts closed at an increase of 9,000 per ton and Q2 contracts closed at a decrease of 4,050 per ton over H2 FY22. Thus, the net increase that the mills could derive over both these quarters stood at 4,950 per ton. We are now given to understand from reliable sources that Indian mills and auto OEMs have been able to close the contracts for flat steel as well. It may be mentioned here that flat steel accounts for 80% of the steel demand in automobile sector, whereas longs account for 20%. For Q1 FY23, HRC closed at an increase of 6,500 per ton, while that for Q2 sealed at a price lower by 10,700 per ton. Both Q1 and Q2 prices are over the levels closed in H2 FY22. Thus, in HRCs, mills are taking a net decrease of Rs 4,200 per ton over both the quarters. In case of CRC, for Q1 FY23, the mills are said to be arriving at a price of plus 4,000 per ton and a decrease of 9,650 per ton for Q2. Both Q1 and Q2 are over the levels closed in H2 of FY22. This would mean a net decrease of 5,650 per ton if both quarters are considered. Now, let's evaluate the mixed trends seen in auto contracts. The key reason why the auto contracts closed at a higher levels in Q1 was the runaway inflation in steel raw material making prices due to the onset of Russia-Ukraine war on 24th February 2022. Steel prices rode their crest in Q1 amid supply disruptions and panic buying in Europe, which impacted the price levels in India as well. For instance, trade level benchmark HRC prices peaked to Rs 76,000 per ton levels and rebar to 73,000 per ton levels around April 2022. However, recessionary pressures began to build up across the globe on the back of record high energy and gas prices, which led to the fall of Indian domestic prices amid lackluster home and away demand. These global dynamics have also influenced the contracts. Aside from this, imposition of 15% export duty in May made the overseas sales highly unviable. Exports from India also influenced the domestic prices, and thus mills were under back foot while closing the Q2 auto contracts. We are now given to understand that market uncertainties amid the current geopolitical scenario is driving both the parties away from long-term settlements, and henceforth the contracts will be settled on a quarterly basis. For more such vlogs, do subscribe to our YouTube channel and visit www.steelmint.com. Thank you.